Hello everyone, Don and Don back with the next progress report of the War Corsair project. Alright, last time you seen me I was still fiddling around with things. I'd got the gas tank all sealed up, well, which it is, done, and today I got out the little touch-up brush, little Badger I think this is. Yep. I used to use that for RC model airplanes back, 40 years ago. But I went around with some old paint and touched up a bunch of stuff on the fuel tanks, got in here, and before I could put the tank in I mentioned I needed to get some foam rubber. Well, I got that. Couldn't find the stuff I had before. I think it was a little denser than this material, but this was 3/4 by half, I believe. So I got that put around the perimeter there. I pulled the fuel filter out, took it apart, checked it. It was clean, blew out the line going into it, so I didn't get any debris in it from the fuel tank from any silicone. Now all I got to do is tuck some of that foam rubber that I got the tank sitting on, that piece over by doing, lop off some of that and stuff it in here just to seal that so no heat can come up through here from the radiator hoses. This is just dust from sanding some stuff here, but I painted all the way up around there, basically with a little painter's touch-up brush, little paint brush for like portrait painting, and down through here. And then I used the airbrush and sprayed around the inlets. Got them all done. Kind of a duller looking. This is paint that's been sitting in the freezer for like a year. Still worked. It's kind of thin, because I thinned it out. Had to do a little sanding on there to get some stuff knocked down. There's still a little bit of a fill spot right there. When I was sanding it, it broke through, so I gotta kind of plug that up a little bit, I guess. That can be done after the tank's in place. But the tank is ready to go back in. Give this till tomorrow, and then I'll plug up these two holes again, that one there and the one over there, and hook up. Let's see, I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I can probably get to. I don't want to hook up the tach meter, or the hour meter, that is. Here's the wire here. Plugs into my hour meter right here. If I leave this hanging down, this is that controller I was talking about for the wideband. There's the little lights right there for blinking the codes. If I tuck this down through, that'll remind me to hook that up before I start running the engine and testing it. The sucker just does not want to stay. That's kind of wrapped around the other leg, I guess. Come on. I want to put it down there somewhere where I can see it. That's what happens when you're not left-handed. There we go. So, I took the vacuumed this all out. It's all good to go. All I need to do is hook that up. So, I think that's going to about do her for this. Yesterday woke up, went to take the dog out for his walk, my normal time, 8:30, 9 o'clock, and it was a whopping 32 degrees out. It never got over like 45 all day, so it was cold. I had to drag the heater out, fire it back up to keep working. And then, today woke up and it was like 40 degrees this morning. And it was supposed to reach a high of 60, so I just got back from walking the dog, and it's at least 60 degrees out, and the winds are picking back up again. So, and then here's my shop vac. So here's my project so far for making a ball end on this thing. So this is kind of where I'm at. This is all welded and hinged. Now the idea is to put something on here and I can use a wrench and draw this into the pipe as it's turning. And I got it so the pipe will ride on these bearings here, and then this will press in, and that's going to take a bit of pressure. I mean, I'm not sure if it'll work by hand without, almost like a hydraulic assist, but my idea is to try and put something on here similar to this, around this, that I can put a bolt with a wrench on there and a big ratchet or something to drive that in. And then the other option would be to mount my propane torch on here and just let it spin and turn until the thing gets cherry red, and then it will definitely compress. So These are some bearings I had left over from another project, 3/4 inch bearings, and then this is a 5/8 inch shaft on that. But that's the ball I finished up yesterday. So that's all good. It's got bearing on each side. And again, that's not 2 1/2, it's like 2 3/8, because this stuff being a 1/16 inch thick, that takes away 1/8 of an inch. The idea is the inside will get out to 2 3/8, and the outside, when it's finished, should be 2 1/2 inch. It's going to probably end up being, I decided to try the bearing idea first instead of trying to make the hourglass piece. And then I want it so this lip runs about in the middle of this bearing, and then I can lock the carriage down so it can't move. And I got it in low gear, back gear. And it's just a matter of making some way to try and squeeze that together. So I kind of gave up on that for today after I got this all done. Might as well turn this off. I'm done for the day. And I decided to go ahead and deal with the gas tank, get it ready to go on. And I was like, well, I really needed to paint that first, so I dug out the paint and did all that. Touched up there, and any little chips, some of this is still just dust from sanding, went around and I dabbed. You can kind of see the dullness on those, dabbing that stuff on. It was thinned down quite a bit with lacquer thinner. Did some touch-ups around the cowling canopy here, and so I got a little bit of run there. I can clean that off, but and I kind of just use the air sprayer to spray that in to kind of blend that back together. The tail still needs a polishing, so I got to get this table back out of the way. So that's kind of all I got for an update today. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow I'll come out and try to get that gas tank in. Like I said, I'll use a chunk of this. I can cut strips off of this thing and stuff it down in there just to seal them 2 holes. It doesn't have to go in only a couple inches, just enough to seal it. And then the tank, literally the underside of this tank sets across those, so that'll hold them down in place. And you just got to remember to plug in the fuel tank sending units for fuel quantity. So, but otherwise, that's ready to go back in. Fuel filter's cleaned out, all reassembled. And then the wideband I showed you last time is all up and running. So now it's just a matter of getting it outside. The rest of this week, it's not supposed to get out of the 60s. It's going to be like 50s, 60s for the rest of the week, foreseeable week, up into the weekend. So not much going on after that. So as soon as I can get this thing outside and get her fired up, I got to go get gas, put some fuel in it, and then get it outside and get her fired up with that propeller on there and warm it up, and then keep an eye on the oil pressure, keep an eye on the water temp, and get her tied to a tree out here. Again, last time I did it, I just tied them to those trees right there. Plane will point out this way. Then I can, I have a tow strap that I use for doing that. Yeah, there it is. This big strap right here. So, set that out where you can see it. And that's about it. So, alright, I'm just going to keep this one short. 9 minutes. I got enough battery, but not much else to report other than slow going. That thing slowed me down, but a little more to finish that up and then give her a try. And as I mentioned, I'll use this propane torch if I have to. It take a while for that to heat that stainless up. But once it gets cherry red, it should form pretty easy by hand. You know, as long as I have something. I'm looking to make some kind of a squeezing mechanism with a bolt. So, all right, everybody, that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully next one I'll get this thing outside. I don't know if they were calling for any rain this week, but the temperatures are going to be like in the 50s, around 60, mid 60s. I don't think we're not even supposed to hit 70 for the foreseeable next week. So, Alright everybody, that's going to do it for this update. As always, feel free to leave any comments, questions, concerns, and always don't be afraid to leave any comments. Appreciate the ones you guys are leaving so far. And we'll try and get this thing outside and running the next time. So, I guess that's going to do her. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. So, I will see you guys again maybe in a couple days, maybe by the end of the week. If not, Sunday as usual. So, everybody take care, and I will see you then. For now, this is Down and Done Out.